Have you ever wondered why some people rise to greatness quietly, while others shout about their efforts but achieve very little? Why do some lives seem to explode with results, while others fizzle despite hours of effort and ambition? The truth is simple, but also shocking. Real success doesn't come from noise. It doesn't come from constant validation or attention. Real success is born in silence, in the moments when no one is watching, when your work is invisible and your grind is personal. If you are willing to stay with me until the end of this video, you will discover the secret that transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary achievement, a secret so powerful it has changed the lives of countless individuals who mastered the art of working silently. By the end, you will know how to harness this power, create results that speak for themselves. Too often, people confuse being busy with being productive. They mistake loud effort for real achievement. Social media has trained the mind to crave approval, to announce progress, to seek instant recognition. But the human mind responds differently to true work. Deep, meaningful effort, the kind that transforms talent into mastery, thrives in quiet, away from applause. Psychology tells us that the brain rewards visible accomplishments with dopamine, instant gratification. But the kind of success that changes lives requires delayed gratification. A mindset that sacrifices short-term praise for long-term victory. This is where the gap forms between dreamers and achievers. The dreamers seek applause, the achievers seek mastery. Think about it. Every person who has left a mark in history, every individual who achieved lasting influence, started their journey in silence. Their work was unseen, their dedication unnoticed, and yet every step built the foundation of greatness. There is a unique strength in working without spectators. It teaches patience, it strengthens discipline, it develops resilience. When you remove the noise, when you stop seeking approval, your mind focuses entirely on the process, on the craft, on what truly matters. And it is in that focus that the extraordinary emerges. Imagine planting a tree. If you scream about every seed you sow, if you expect immediate fruits from day one, disappointment will follow. But if you water it daily, nurture the soil, and patiently wait in silence, one day the tree will grow tall and strong, offering shade, fruit, and beauty without needing to announce its presence. Your efforts are the seeds. Your silent work is the nurture. Your eventual success is the fruit. And unlike a tree, your success will not only sustain you, it will inspire countless others without a single boast. The problem is many people are impatient. They want instant results, instant recognition, instant validation. Human psychology naturally craves rewards, but the brain also remembers what is invested over time. This is why those who embrace silence, those who persist without applause, those who work when no one is looking, develop an invisible power. It is quiet, steady, unstoppable. Every hour of focused work, every disciplined choice, every small step adds weight, builds momentum, and edges closer to results that will one day shock the world. Staying silent while working is not easy. The mind rebels against delayed gratification. It whispers, "Why bother if no one notices?" But remember, the loudest moments in your life rarely come from applause. They come from achievement. There is a profound difference between the world noticing your work and the world feeling the impact of your results. One fades, the other lasts. And the secret of those who truly succeed is that they focus on what lasts. Now, if you choose to stay with this message until the very end, here is the reward. You will learn not just how to work silently, but how to channel your efforts so effectively that results become inevitable. You will discover the psychological triggers that allow the mind to embrace discipline, how patience can become your greatest weapon, and how the invisible quiet steps you take today can create a life of visible, undeniable success tomorrow. By the time this video concludes, you will not only understand the philosophy of working in silence, you will feel a shift within yourself, a readiness to act differently, to think differently, and to embrace the path that leads to true achievement. The journey begins with a single choice: to stop seeking attention and start seeking mastery, to stop measuring yourself by the world's applause and start measuring yourself by your own growth, to stop reacting to noise and start creating results. And the moment you make that choice, you step into the path of true success, a path walked silently, yet loudly impactful, a path where discipline outshines motivation, patience defeats instant gratification, and your results speak louder than words ever could. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is power. It is the space where focus grows, where ideas mature, and where action becomes precise and unstoppable. Too often, people fear silence because it reveals their own thoughts, their own doubts, and their own limitations. But those who learn to embrace it discover that silence is not their enemy. It is their greatest ally. In the quiet, you are forced to confront yourself. You are forced to confront your ambitions, your fears, and the reality of your potential. And this confrontation is the birthplace of growth. The human mind is constantly bombarded with distractions, noise from social media, opinions from others, the constant need to compare, to compete, to validate. But noise creates chaos. It scatters focus. It weakens the mind's ability to pursue what truly matters. In silence, the mind sharpens. The thoughts that remain are the ones that carry weight. Decisions made in silence are more deliberate, more grounded, and more powerful. Psychology shows us that focus is the foundation of achievement. Without it, effort is wasted, energy dissipates, and potential fades. Silence is not just a pause. It is the state where your brain aligns with your purpose. Consider the act of learning. When you work silently, you absorb more than what is taught. You process, reflect, and internalize. The brain thrives in this state. Every quiet hour of study, every undisturbed moment of practice, every second spent honing skills away from attention strengthens your abilities far beyond what showy, noisy effort can achieve. The power of silent work lies in its invisibility. It is immune to judgment, resistant to distraction, and completely devoted to growth. You are free to fail, to try again, and to improve without fear of ridicule. And each failure becomes a stepping stone. Each small improvement compounds, quietly building momentum toward a future that will one day speak for itself. Silent work also develops resilience. When no one is watching, when there is no applause or reward, the only person who matters is you. This is where character is forged. The mind learns to persist even when the world offers nothing in return. The heart learns to value effort over recognition, purpose over praise, and discipline over instant gratification. And when challenges arise, and they always do, you are ready. You are strong enough to push through because your foundation was built quietly, deliberately, and intentionally. Most people avoid silence because it feels uncomfortable. They crave noise because it masks insecurity. But the truth is, comfort is the enemy of progress. The moment you choose silence, you choose growth over comfort. You choose depth over distraction. You choose results over recognition. The human brain is wired to seek immediate rewards, but when you embrace silence, you teach it patience. You teach it that lasting value comes from repeated effort, from persistent focus, and from dedication to a process that is unseen yet unstoppable. Think of every success story you admire. The achievements that inspire you most are never the result of grand gestures or loud announcements. They are the result of quiet, relentless work done over time. Success is built in invisible hours, in moments when the world was unaware, yet every step mattered. Each step forward, each decision to keep going without applause, builds an inner strength that no external recognition can create. This is the psychology of invisible progress. The mind internalizes effort, the body perfects skill, and the soul develops resilience. In silence, every part of you grows. Silence also protects your energy. Every time you announce your goals or broadcast your efforts, you invite opinions, doubts, and distractions. Every comment, every judgment, every external expectation is a drain. But when your work is silent, your energy remains intact. You are free to focus entirely on the task at hand. You are free to experiment, to fail, to adapt, and to improve. This is why those who achieve extraordinary results rarely seek attention early. They conserve their energy, concentrate their efforts, and let the work itself create proof. The power of silence is not just in the work, it is in the mindset it creates. It teaches patience, it teaches self-reliance. It teaches that true progress does not need validation. When the world is silent, you hear yourself clearly. You understand your purpose, your vision, and your path. And in this clarity, you find the courage to continue, to push harder, and to achieve more than you ever thought possible. Remember, the loudest results are always born in silence. Those who shout about every step rarely reach the peak. Those who persist quietly, consistently, and with focus build mountains no noise could ever move. Embracing silence is not easy. but it is the choice that separates ordinary effort from extraordinary achievement. When the world doubts, when distractions multiply, when recognition seems far away, silence becomes your power, your strategy, and your advantage. Every quiet hour you dedicate to growth is an investment in a future that will not only reward you, but inspire those who witness your results. Silence is where you discover your strength, sharpen your skills, and prepare for the moment when your work finally speaks. The invisible effort you invest today will become the undeniable success of tomorrow. And when the world sees it, they will marvel. Not because you shouted, but because your results cannot be ignored. Silence alone is powerful, but without purpose, even the most focused effort can wander aimlessly. Purpose is the compass that directs your silent work. Vision is the light that guides your steps. Without them, effort becomes motion without meaning. The human mind craves direction. When you have a clear purpose, every action, every decision, every quiet hour of effort aligns with a bigger goal. Purpose turns ordinary work into extraordinary progress. It gives weight to your actions, depth to your discipline, and clarity to your focus. Think about how vision works. A vision is not just a goal, it is a picture of the future that excites your mind and fuels your drive. The brain responds to vivid imagery, to detailed possibilities, to a sense of achievement that has not yet happened. This is why those with clear vision are unstoppable. Every choice becomes intentional, every challenge becomes manageable, every moment of silent work gains meaning. The mind stops resisting effort because it can see the invisible reward that is taking shape in the future. Purpose is deeply personal. It cannot be borrowed, copied, or faked. It is the reason you rise before the world wakes. It is the reason you endure setbacks without losing momentum. Psychology shows that when humans connect action to a meaningful purpose, motivation becomes intrinsic. You no longer rely on fleeting external validation. You are driven from within. This inner drive is quiet, consistent, and unstoppable. It fuels the kind of hard work that the world may never see, but that eventually becomes impossible to ignore. Every step you take in silence is magnified when guided by vision. Without it, work can feel exhausting, meaningless, or repetitive. With it, every challenge is a lesson. Every failure is feedback, and every obstacle is an opportunity to grow. Your purpose acts as a filter, helping you distinguish between what matters and what distracts. It protects your energy and directs your focus, ensuring that even in quiet moments, your effort builds towards something monumental. Purpose also creates resilience. Challenges, failures, and criticisms are inevitable, but a clear vision allows you to endure. When the mind understands the why, the heart finds the courage to continue. The human psyche is designed to give up when rewards seem distant, but a strong purpose rewires that response. It teaches patience, cultivates persistence, and nurtures a mindset that views setbacks as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. Every quiet hour of effort becomes a deliberate brick in the foundation of your success. Vision and purpose are also deeply motivating because they connect you to something bigger than yourself. Success achieved solely for recognition, money, or approval is fleeting. It fades. But when your efforts serve a greater goal, whether it is mastery of your craft, impact on others, or fulfillment of your potential, the results endure. The mind and heart unite in this pursuit, creating a synergy that propels action even when the body feels tired or discouraged. Psychology shows that humans who work for intrinsic rewards are more satisfied, more consistent, and more resilient than those who chase external praise. Having purpose does not mean life will be easy. It does not mean obstacles will disappear, but it means that every challenge has a meaning, every effort has direction, and every sacrifice has a payoff. When your vision is clear, your silent work is never wasted. The brain interprets each small step as progress toward the larger picture, reinforcing the habit of consistent effort. This is the secret that separates those who drift from those who dominate. The difference is not talent or luck, it is clarity of purpose. The extraordinary impact of purpose is also evident in decision-making. Life constantly presents choices, distractions, and detours. Without a clear vision, it is easy to get lost, to follow what is popular, or to react to every opinion. But purpose acts as a guiding star. It allows you to evaluate options, reject what is irrelevant, and commit fully to what matters most. Every moment of focused effort is amplified, every sacrifice is justified, and every challenge becomes an opportunity to reinforce your path. Purpose also transforms patience into power. The human mind is wired to resist delay, to seek instant results. But when your work is connected to a meaningful goal, waiting becomes part of the strategy, not a weakness. Each silent effort, each unseen step, each day of discipline contributes to a future that is inevitable because it is guided by vision. Your success is no longer a question of chance. It becomes a question of persistence. True success is never accidental. It is the result of a silent, disciplined mind guided by a crystal clear purpose and vision. Every hour invested, every challenge endured, and every sacrifice made in silence gains meaning. And when the moment arrives, the results will not only be visible, they will be undeniable. They will reflect the clarity of your purpose, the depth of your vision, and the power of your silent commitment. Purpose transforms effort into mastery. Vision transforms patience into momentum. And together, they make the impossible inevitable. Every step forward toward true success is challenged by a subtle enemy, instant gratification. It is the silent thief that steals your focus, weakens your patience, and blinds you to long-term rewards. The human mind is wired to seek quick pleasure, fast results, and immediate satisfaction. This wiring is natural, but it is also the reason most dreams remain unfinished and most potential remains untapped. Every time you give in to instant gratification, you trade long-term impact for temporary comfort. Think about how often life tempts you. A notification, a distraction, a quick reward, it calls to you, promising relief or satisfaction. The mind wants to respond immediately, to escape discomfort, to chase the fleeting pleasure of the moment. But the cost of surrendering to this instinct is enormous. Each small compromise, each brief indulgence, slowly erodes the strength, discipline, and momentum required for lasting achievement. Every moment spent seeking easy reward is a moment diverted from building the future you truly desire. Success is never quick. It is the product of repeated, focused effort over time. The human brain cannot distinguish between visible results and the unseen labor that leads to them. This is why delayed gratification is so powerful. It trains the mind to resist temptation, to value process over praise, and to endure discomfort for rewards that are far greater than anything immediate satisfaction can provide. Those who master this skill create a compounding effect. Each choice to endure, to persist, to focus multiplies over time, creating results that seem impossible to those who chase instant pleasure. Every struggle with impatience is an opportunity to grow stronger. When the mind wants to quit, when the body wants comfort, and when the world offers distraction, you have a choice: surrender to the temporary or invest in the permanent. The difference between ordinary lives and extraordinary ones is the ability to endure what others cannot. Delayed gratification is not punishment. It is preparation. It is the refining fire that separates fleeting effort from lasting achievement. Psychology shows that humans are naturally drawn to the reward now mindset because it provides immediate dopamine. But this short-term pleasure is deceptive. It creates the illusion of progress while actually weakening the mental muscles needed for real achievement. True success, the kind that changes lives, requires the opposite: patience, consistency, and faith in the unseen results of quiet work. The mind learns to value effort over ease, discipline over distraction, and process over immediate approval. This rewiring transforms ordinary ambition into unstoppable momentum. The danger of instant gratification is also subtle because it disguises itself as productivity. Checking social media, scrolling for inspiration, or seeking approval can feel like progress, but it is a mirage. The mind convinces itself that action is happening, but the real work, the deep, disciplined effort, is delayed. Every choice to chase comfort or recognition erodes focus and consumes energy that should be dedicated to growth. Meanwhile, those who resist temptation, who embrace delay, quietly accumulate power. Every unseen hour of effort, every small sacrifice, every step taken in silence compounds into results that cannot be ignored. Imagine a river carving a canyon over centuries. Water flows silently, consistently, without rushing. It does not demand attention. It does not seek praise. And yet, over time, it transforms the landscape in ways no immediate force could. This is the effect of resisting instant gratification. Each small act of patience, each disciplined choice, each rejection of the easy reward slowly shapes your life. The cumulative impact is unstoppable, invisible, and undeniable. Those who understand this principle harness it consciously, while others remain trapped by distraction and short-term desire. Resisting instant gratification also strengthens character. Every time you endure discomfort, delay pleasure, or focus despite temptation, you reinforce the mental habit of persistence. You teach your mind that long-term goals are worth more than short-term relief. This internal training is far more valuable than talent, luck, or circumstance. Discipline becomes automatic. Patience becomes natural. Focus becomes unshakable. And when success finally manifests, it is not fragile, it is inevitable. The trap of instant gratification is everywhere, but awareness alone is not enough. Action is required. Every choice to prioritize long-term impact over immediate pleasure rewires the brain. Every effort to embrace discomfort for growth strengthens resilience. Every moment spent in silent work, guided by purpose and vision, compounds into results that others will marvel at. It is not easy, and it will test you, but the reward is monumental. A life where effort produces undeniable results, a life where your impact is lasting, and a life where your success becomes a testament to patience, focus, and discipline. To escape the trap of instant gratification, you must commit to a new mindset, one that values invisible progress over visible praise, long-term growth over short-term pleasure, and consistent effort over fleeting satisfaction. Each quiet choice, each deliberate step, and each patient action adds up. Eventually, the results of your silent persistence will rise so high that they cannot be ignored. The world may have questioned, doubted, or overlooked your work, but when success arrives, it will arrive with undeniable force. And in that moment, every sacrifice, every delay, and every choice to endure discomfort will reveal its true value. Discipline is the quiet engine behind every great achievement. It is what transforms purpose and vision into tangible results. Without discipline, even the clearest vision and strongest purpose can remain nothing more than dreams. The human mind craves structure, and the heart craves meaning, but without discipline, intention collapses into chaos. Every successful life is built on repeated, consistent actions that are guided by focus, not by fleeting emotions or temporary motivation. Motivation alone is unreliable. It comes and goes like waves, strong one moment, gone the next. Discipline, however, is consistent. It is a commitment to keep moving, to keep working, to keep building, even when excitement fades or the initial thrill of a goal diminishes. Psychology shows that the brain forms habits through repetition, not inspiration. Each disciplined choice strengthens the neural pathways of persistence, making the act of hard work more natural, more automatic, and ultimately unstoppable. Discipline is not punishment. It is empowerment. It gives you control over your actions, your choices, and your destiny. Every time you resist distraction, every time you prioritize effort over ease, you are not limiting yourself. You are freeing yourself. The mind, when trained in discipline, no longer wavers at the first sign of discomfort. The body, when guided by discipline, no longer craves the easiest path. Together, they create a force that can withstand setbacks, endure challenges, and pursue long-term goals relentlessly. Consistency is the visible fruit of discipline. When you act with discipline, every small effort compounds. Each step forward, no matter how insignificant it seems, builds momentum. Success is rarely a single dramatic event. It is the result of countless quiet decisions repeated daily that others may never see. The disciplined mind trusts the process. It does not demand instant results. It does not rely on recognition. It understands that every moment of effort, no matter how unseen, is an investment in an inevitable outcome. Discipline also strengthens resilience. Life is unpredictable. Challenges, failures, and distractions are unavoidable. But a disciplined mind does not crumble under pressure. It adapts. It persists. It finds solutions instead of excuses. The human psyche, when trained in discipline, develops the ability to endure discomfort and push forward despite fear, doubt, or fatigue. Each disciplined action is a declaration that long-term results matter more than short-term comfort. Habits are the building blocks of discipline. Your daily routines, your choices, and your actions either serve your vision or sabotage it. The disciplined person designs their life intentionally. They remove distractions, focus on priorities, and commit to the process no matter how difficult. Psychology confirms that repeated behavior becomes automatic. What once required effort eventually becomes natural. Discipline, therefore, is not just a tool, it is a transformation of character. One of the most powerful aspects of discipline is its invisibility to the outside world. The hours of silent work, the sacrifices made in privacy, the consistent choices to stay focused, these are rarely noticed immediately. Yet they are what separate the ordinary from the extraordinary. Success does not demand applause at every step. It demands persistence when no one is watching, dedication when it is uncomfortable, and commitment when it is inconvenient. Discipline ensures that your effort never goes to waste because it is always aligned with your purpose and vision. Self-control is a key component of discipline. Every choice to delay pleasure, resist temptation, or prioritize growth strengthens the mind. Each act of restraint is not about deprivation, it is about mastering the art of delayed gratification and harnessing energy for meaningful action. Human psychology shows that those who exercise self-control in small ways develop the capacity for extraordinary endurance and achievement. Discipline is the bridge between who you are today and the person you are capable of becoming. Discipline also creates momentum. The first steps are often the hardest. Resistance is strongest at the beginning of any challenge. But once a rhythm is established, progress accelerates. Each disciplined action makes the next easier, building a chain reaction of productivity and growth. Momentum transforms effort into habit, habit into identity, and identity into results. This is why the disciplined mind rarely fails. It does not rely on luck or fleeting inspiration. It relies on consistent action and the unstoppable force of habit. Ultimately, discipline is not about restriction. It is about freedom. The freedom to achieve your vision, to fulfill your purpose, and to experience the life you have imagined. Every quiet effort, every deliberate choice, every moment of persistence builds a foundation that cannot be shaken. Discipline turns dreams into reality. It transforms potential into achievement. It converts silent effort into undeniable success. And in the end, it is the disciplined mind that rises above distraction, doubt, and delay to claim what it was destined to achieve. Have you ever wondered why some people achieve massive success, while others, equally talented, never seem to get anywhere? The difference is patience, the ability to wait without giving up, without losing focus, without letting fear or doubt take control. Patience is not passive. It is not simply sitting and hoping for results. True patience is active. It is the steady, unwavering commitment to the process even when progress seems invisible, even when the world offers no validation, and even when every instinct screams to quit. The human mind struggles with waiting because it craves certainty. We want to see results, to measure progress, to feel rewarded. But the reality of success is that results are often delayed. The universe does not respond to impatience. Goals, dreams, and visions require time to take shape. Seeds do not sprout overnight. Rivers do not carve valleys in a day. Mountains do not form in weeks. And yet, every impatient action risks undoing months, even years of preparation. Patience teaches us that timing is as important as effort. It reminds us that steady persistence always outweighs frantic rushing. Waiting without losing focus requires trust, trust in your own abilities, trust in the process, and trust in the invisible forces that reward effort. Psychology proves that delayed rewards strengthen the brain's ability to persevere. The act of waiting without surrendering sharpens concentration, refines judgment, and builds resilience. Every moment spent in patience reinforces the mind's capacity to endure hardship without panic. It is the silent cultivation of inner strength that prepares you for the breakthrough that will change everything. Impatience leads to mistakes. It makes the mind restless and the body hasty. It convinces people to take shortcuts, to abandon plans, or to settle for less than they deserve. Yet those who practice patience understand a hidden law of life. Timing is critical. Success does not come to the hurried, to the anxious, or to the distracted. It comes to those who can hold their ground, maintain discipline, and continue. They're working quietly without visible reward until the moment of fruition arrives. Patience is a test of character. It measures how much you are willing to endure for your dreams. The moments when nothing seems to happen, when results are hidden, and when discouragement whispers, define who will rise and who will remain stagnant. The patient mind does not chase instant validation. It does not bend under pressure. It focuses on action, on improvement, and on consistent effort. In fact, patience and discipline work hand in hand. Discipline provides the structure, and patience ensures that you stay committed to that structure over time, no matter how long the journey takes. There is power in quiet preparation. Each day of steady effort, each act of learning, each small improvement compounds over time. The patient mind does not panic over slow progress. It knows that the work done in silence, in persistence, and in unwavering focus will eventually reveal its value. Every great success story is rooted in patience. There are no exceptions. The climb may be long, the road may be hard, but the peak rewards only those who can endure, who can wait, and who can remain focused on the unseen fruits of their labor. Patience also builds clarity. When the mind is no longer distracted by the need for immediate results, it begins to see the bigger picture. It begins to recognize patterns, opportunities, and strategies that are invisible to those who are anxious for quick fixes. Waiting cultivates wisdom. It allows the brain to analyze without urgency, to adapt without panic, and to grow without the chaos of short-term pressure. Every patient action is a step toward mastery, because mastery requires time, repetition, and the courage to stay the course. The ability to wait without losing focus is a rare and powerful skill. Most people give up too soon. Most people quit when progress seems invisible. Most people abandon the path when the reward is delayed. But the patient person continues, silently and steadily, building a foundation that cannot be shaken. They understand that time is an ally, not an enemy. They know that every delayed result carries a larger impact than any instant reward could ever provide. Patience is the secret force behind breakthroughs, the invisible engine behind unstoppable momentum, and the quiet power that separates dreamers from achievers. Every challenge in life is an opportunity to practice patience. Every setback is a lesson in endurance. Every delay is an invitation to strengthen focus. The moment you learn to wait without losing your determination, without allowing doubt to creep in, and without surrendering to distractions, you unlock a strength that no one can take away. The patient mind becomes unshakable. The disciplined heart becomes unstoppable. And the quiet, persistent work done in faith and focus eventually creates results so powerful, so undeniable, that they leave a permanent mark on your life and on the world. Have you ever wondered why some people achieve extraordinary results while others struggle to make even small progress? The secret is not talent, luck, or sudden inspiration. It is consistency. Small actions repeated over time create results far greater than bursts of effort followed by long periods of inactivity. Consistency is the invisible force that compounds over time. It is the quiet power behind every success story, the steady rhythm that turns dreams into reality, and the method by which ordinary people achieve the extraordinary. The human brain responds to repetition. Every action you take, every choice you make strengthens neural pathways. When you consistently practice a habit, your mind and body begin to perform it more efficiently. Small, focused efforts may seem insignificant on a daily basis, but their cumulative effect over weeks, months, and years is unstoppable. This is the principle of compounding applied to human effort. Every day you push forward, every small task completed, every disciplined choice made, you are quietly building a mountain of progress that no one else may see, yet it is unstoppable. Consistency builds trust in yourself and trust in your process. Each time you show up for your goals, even when it is hard, even when motivation fades, you reinforce the belief that you can rely on yourself. Psychology shows that self-efficacy, the belief in one's ability to achieve, grows through repeated successful actions. This belief becomes a driving force that powers future efforts. When consistency becomes a habit, it creates momentum, and momentum reduces the resistance that once held you back. Consistency is not about perfection. It is about persistence. You do not need to execute flawlessly every day. You simply need to show up, to act, and to continue moving forward. Small, imperfect steps taken consistently are more powerful than sporadic bursts of perfection. Life rewards action, not intentions. Even when results are not immediately visible, every effort matters. The compounding effect of consistent work transforms slow progress into unstoppable growth. Consistency strengthens resilience. Life is unpredictable. There will be setbacks, failures, and distractions. Without a consistent routine, It is easy to lose focus, abandon goals, or succumb to frustration. But when consistency is ingrained in your daily life, you develop a rhythm that carries you through challenges. Your actions become automatic. Your habits reinforce your vision, and your results begin to manifest even when circumstances are not ideal. Consistency turns obstacles into opportunities and setbacks into lessons because the disciplined mind knows that effort repeated over time always produces results. Consistency also builds credibility. People notice long-term dedication. They recognize commitment when it is genuine, whether in business, personal development, or relationships. Consistent effort signals reliability, trustworthiness, and competence. Even when no one is watching, consistency matters. Your efforts shape your identity, define your character, and determine how the world experiences your work. Consistency is the quiet statement of who you are and what you value. The power of small efforts cannot be overstated. One extra hour of study, one additional task completed, one focused day may seem inconsequential, but repeated daily, these small efforts create massive impact. Mountains are moved one stone at a time. Rivers carve valleys drop by drop. Great achievements are the result of countless small actions, each done with intention and repeated consistently. The mind that embraces this truth begins to see progress in a new way. It no longer demands instant results. It no longer seeks shortcuts. It values the process, knowing that steady effort compounds into greatness. Consistency is a form of patience in motion. It is the practice of showing up every day, trusting that the results will come, and refusing to be swayed by temporary setbacks or fleeting distractions. It is the bridge between effort and success. Psychology confirms that habits formed through repetition reduce mental fatigue, increase efficiency, and create lasting change. By committing to consistency, you turn effort into a lifestyle, and lifestyle into success. Consistency also strengthens focus. Each day you act with purpose, your mind becomes trained to recognize what matters and disregard what does not. Distractions lose their power. Excuses fade away. The habit of daily effort rewires your brain, making productivity and progress automatic. Over time, the results become undeniable. What once felt impossible becomes inevitable. Every action taken consistently is a declaration that your goals are more important than comfort, more important than fear, and more important than the temptation to quit. Ultimately, consistency is the hidden power behind every success. It is not flashy, it does not demand recognition, and it rarely feels glamorous, yet it is unstoppable. Small, repeated actions create a force that multiplies over time, turning ordinary effort into extraordinary results. When combined with discipline, patience, and focus, consistency becomes the engine that drives your journey to success. The quiet, steady steps you take today, repeated tomorrow and the day after, are the ones that will define your life, your achievements, and the legacy you leave behind. Have you ever feared failure so much that it stopped you from taking action? What if I told you that failure is not the enemy, but the silent teacher guiding you toward greatness? Every setback, every mistake, and every rejection carries a lesson hidden beneath the surface. The people who achieve extraordinary success are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who learn to embrace failure, to understand it, and to let it shape them into stronger, wiser, and more determined individuals. Failure has a way of exposing truth. It reveals weaknesses, uncovers blind spots, and forces introspection. The human mind often resists this kind of truth because it is uncomfortable. We want to feel competent, validated, and successful immediately. But true growth cannot exist without discomfort. Every failure is a mirror reflecting what must change, what must improve, and what has been overlooked. Those who fear failure miss this opportunity. Those who embrace it, however, transform each misstep into a stepping stone. Psychology shows that failure is one of the most powerful motivators for change. When faced with a setback, the brain experiences a natural urge to adapt. This adaptation strengthens problem-solving skills, builds resilience, and improves decision-making. Every failure provides data. Every mistake offers insight, and every rejection opens the door to a new perspective. The path to success is paved with these lessons, but only if you are willing to face them rather than flee from them. Embracing failure requires courage. It is not a passive act of acceptance. It is an active decision to view failure as part of the process rather than as a verdict on your worth. The moment you stop labeling mistakes as disasters and start seeing them as feedback, you unlock a mental power few possess. Failure loses its ability to intimidate and instead becomes a teacher, guiding your actions, sharpening your focus, and preparing you for the victories ahead. Failure is also a test of perseverance. The world does not reward talent alone. It rewards those who refuse to quit, who rise each time they fall, and who continue forward with determination. Every great achievement in history is preceded by countless failures. The innovators, the leaders, and the pioneers did not succeed because they avoided mistakes. They succeeded because they persisted, learned, and grew stronger with every challenge. To fear failure is to fear progress itself. To embrace it is to welcome growth, strength, and eventual triumph. Failure teaches humility. It strips away arrogance and forces recognition of limits, gaps, and areas for improvement. Humility is a secret weapon of success because it opens the mind to learning. Those who refuse to admit mistakes stagnate. Those who accept failure as a natural and essential part of the journey, however, develop adaptability, curiosity, and a hunger for mastery. Failure humbles without breaking, corrects without punishing, and challenges without destroying. There is a hidden power in reflection after failure, or taking time to analyze what went wrong, why it happened, and how it can be corrected transforms setbacks into strategic advantage. This process strengthens foresight, sharpens planning, and refines execution. Reflection turns the pain of failure into actionable insight, converting temporary discomfort into long-term growth. The disciplined mind does not dwell on defeat. It studies it, learns from it, and uses it as fuel for the next attempt. Embracing failure also strengthens emotional resilience. Life will never go perfectly. Plans will derail, people will disappoint, and circumstances will change without warning. Those who fear failure crumble under pressure. Those who have faced failure repeatedly and learned from it, however, become unshakable. Each challenge met, each loss endured, and each mistake corrected builds an inner strength that cannot be taken away. Emotional resilience allows you to remain calm, focused, and decisive when the stakes are highest. Failure is a reminder that nothing valuable comes easily. It is a signal that the path you are on matters, that the goal you are pursuing is worth the effort, and that growth requires challenge. The human brain naturally craves comfort, but comfort never leads to transformation. Success is forged in the fires of adversity, tempered by persistence, and sharpened through repeated lessons learned from failure. The moment you change your perception and see failure as a teacher rather than a threat, you step into a higher level of growth, focus, and achievement. Every failure experienced in silence, every lesson absorbed without bitterness, and every setback met with courage compounds over time. It prepares you for the moment when opportunity finally aligns with effort. The world rewards those who embrace failure, for they are the ones who have developed the skills, mindset, and strength to succeed when others falter. Failure is not the end. It is the silent companion guiding you toward your true potential, shaping your character, and preparing you for the triumph that is already waiting. Have you ever poured your heart into something and felt like no one noticed? The truth is, the most powerful results are often invisible at first. Hard work does not always come with applause. It does not always arrive with recognition. Most of the time, your effort happens in silence, away from the spotlight and away from the judgment of others. This is where true greatness is forged, quietly, steadily, and invisibly. The world tends to celebrate outcomes, but it rarely sees the process. It is easy to admire success without understanding the hours, the struggles, and the sacrifices that built it. The grind, the repetition, the early mornings, the late nights, all of it goes unseen. But this unseen effort is the foundation upon which extraordinary achievements are built. The invisible work is the real work. The applause is just a byproduct, a small acknowledgement of something much deeper. Psychology tells us that intrinsic motivation from within, is far more powerful than external validation. When you work hard in silence, you are not seeking approval. You are shaping your character, strengthening your discipline, and developing your resilience. This kind of effort builds confidence because it is rooted in self-reliance. You learn to trust yourself, to measure your progress against your own standards, and to find satisfaction in the growth that nobody else can see. The invisible grind also creates patience. When you understand that results take time, You stop expecting instant gratification. You learn that success is not a single event, but a series of small, deliberate actions accumulated over months and years. Each hour spent honing your skills, each task completed with care, each obstacle overcome quietly compounds. The world may not notice today, but the universe always responds to persistent effort. The reward may not be immediate, but it will be undeniable. Consistency and unseen work is a test of character. It is easy to show up when others are watching. The true measure of determination is showing up when no one is watching, when there is no recognition, no reward, and no encouragement. Every time you push forward despite silence, you strengthen your willpower. Every time you choose effort over comfort, you build mental toughness. This is how ordinary people transform into extraordinary achievers. The grind molds you when the spotlight is absent, and it prepares you for moments when the world will finally notice. Invisible work also teaches humility. When you labor without recognition, you are reminded that true effort is not about praise, it is about progress. You stop seeking validation from others and start finding satisfaction in the journey itself. The satisfaction of knowing that you are building, growing, and moving forward is far more lasting than any temporary acknowledgement. Humility allows you to keep working without distraction, to stay focused on the bigger picture, and to resist the temptation of shortcuts or easy recognition. Hard work done in silence sharpens your focus. When nobody is watching, there are no distractions, no expectations, and no external pressures. You become attuned to your own rhythm, your own standards, and your own vision. Every action becomes deliberate. Every decision carries intention. The discipline cultivated in these unseen hours creates a mental edge that cannot be replicated by those who chase recognition or applause. You learn to value depth over appearance, mastery over popularity, and effort over reward. The invisible grind also builds resilience against criticism. When you have labored in silence, you have developed a strong foundation of self-belief. You are less affected by negative opinions because you know your worth comes from effort, not perception. Critics may judge the results, but they cannot touch the process that shaped you. By embracing hard work quietly, you become unstoppable in the face of doubt, immune to distractions, and unwavering in your pursuit of success. The most remarkable successes often look effortless from the outside, but that is an illusion. Behind every achievement is countless hours of invisible effort. Early mornings, late nights, repetition, failure, and quiet persistence form the invisible backbone of triumph. When the reward finally arrives, it is not luck or sudden inspiration. It is the culmination of every unseen step, every silent sacrifice, and every moment of discipline. Ultimately, the invisible rewards of hard work are priceless. They include self-discipline, mental toughness, resilience, and a deep sense of purpose. They include the satisfaction of knowing that you are committed to your vision, even when no one else is watching. These rewards compound silently, shaping your future, preparing you for greater challenges, and ensuring that when recognition finally comes, you are ready. The grind may be invisible, but its impact is undeniable. When you understand the power of working in silence, you stop chasing applause and start chasing mastery. You stop seeking validation and start seeking growth. You stop fearing that nobody sees your effort and start trusting that. Every small, consistent step is building something extraordinary. The path to success is not always glamorous. It is not always visible, but it is always real, and it is always worth it. Have you ever wondered why some people leave a mark that lasts far beyond their lifetime? The answer is hidden in a truth few fully grasp. True success is built in silence, forged through sacrifice and measured not by applause, but by the legacy it leaves. The journey toward greatness is not about quick wins, fame, or recognition. It is about consistent effort, quiet endurance, and the willingness to endure hardships that others refuse to face. Silence is the canvas upon which success is painted. It is in the quiet hours, the unnoticed moments, and the empty rooms that character is built. While the world chases attention, the truly successful focus on the unseen work that shapes them into someone capable of greatness. Silence does not mean inactivity. On the contrary, it is the space where discipline thrives, where habits are perfected, and where the mind strengthens its resolve. In silence, there is no distraction, no comparison, and no external pressure. Only the clarity to pursue purpose relentlessly. Sacrifice is the currency of achievement. Every goal worth attaining demands giving up something in the present to secure something greater in the future. Sleep, comfort, social approval, and fleeting pleasures often become the price paid for mastery. The human mind resists sacrifice because it naturally seeks comfort, but comfort never breeds excellence. It is in the moments of discomfort, when you push beyond what feels easy, that your true strength is revealed. Every small sacrifice compounds over time, transforming effort into skill, resilience into endurance, and vision into reality. The combination of silence and sacrifice creates a quiet power few ever witness. People see results, but they rarely see the dedication, the long nights, the failures absorbed, and the discipline cultivated. This invisible work is where true transformation happens. It is where weaknesses are confronted, limits are tested, and mental toughness is forged. The legacy you leave is not built on what others can see today, but on the persistence, courage, and integrity displayed when no one is watching. Understanding this truth shifts the way you measure success. It is not the applause, the wealth, or the accolades that define your journey. It is the growth you experience in silence, the lessons learned from failure, and the character honed through sacrifice. The human brain is wired to seek immediate rewards, but the greatest rewards are often delayed. Patience, consistency, and faith in your effort allow the invisible work to mature into outcomes that not only impact your life, but inspire the lives of others long after you are gone. Legacy is the ultimate measure of success. It is the mark you leave, not in the form of material wealth, but in the lives you touch, the standards you set, and the inspiration you ignite. Every act of diligence, every disciplined choice, and every moment of endurance contributes to this unseen but lasting impact. A life spent chasing recognition may shine briefly, but a life spent cultivating quiet excellence shines eternally. The work done in silence, the sacrifices made without acknowledgement, these are the bricks that construct a legacy. The journey to leave a legacy demands resilience. Challenges will arise, doubts will creep in, and the temptation to seek shortcuts will appear. Those who endure, however, learn that hardship is not a barrier, but a proving ground. Each obstacle strengthens focus, sharpens resolve, and reinforces the lessons learned from past failures. The mind trained to persist in silence becomes unshakable, and the heart shaped by sacrifice becomes courageous. Together, they form the foundation for a life that matters far beyond personal gain. True success is also deeply personal. It is not about competing with others, but mastering oneself. The battles fought in silence against distraction, fear, and temptation are the battles that define greatness. Every choice to rise, to persist, and to push forward despite uncertainty is a victory. Every act of dedication, performed without expectation of recognition, is a testament to inner strength. Success achieved this way is unshakable because it is rooted in discipline, character, and purpose, not in external validation. In the end, silence and sacrifice reveal a profound truth. The journey itself is the reward. Every challenge faced, every failure embraced, and every ounce of effort invested in the unseen becomes part of a greater story. That story is not measured by how loud the world applauds, but by the depth of the transformation within and the lasting impact on those who follow. When you commit to working hard in silence, you step into a higher realm of fulfillment, purpose, and legacy, one that no one can take away and that time cannot diminish. Remember this: true success is invisible until it is undeniable. It is cultivated quietly, strengthened through sacrifice, and immortalized through the lives it touches. Those who understand this principle do not chase attention, they chase mastery. They do not seek applause, they embrace discipline. And in doing so, they create a legacy that outlives them, a life that inspires, and a story that proves that the most powerful victories are won in silence.